today's video is going to be how to revise GCSE biology. I know science is not everyone's cup of tea, to be honest. It was not my cup of tea. And I know it is a hard subject to revise effectively and get the information to stick in your head. That's one thing I've found so tricky about science, is getting the information in my head. If you're given a revision sheet with all the stuff you need to know, you need to make sure you know everything on that sheet. Any extra information you find out, learn it as well, because the more information that you know, the better chance you have in like a test or an exam. I'd compile my revision into a PowerPoint. I did use a mind map, which is in my school box. So if that's more up your street, then use it. It's important to find a revision technique which works. I would write the information out until you can recite it, because that's literally what I did. My biggest tip is don't get complacent with biology, because I've been there, done that, got complacent, thinking, yeah, I'm going to do really well in this test, and then I don't do so well. Well, definitely not as well as I expected. My revision has changed a lot. From like sort of year 9 to year 11, it's really changed. I was not the most interested in science. I would look at the sheet and hoping it would go in to my head. There's two YouTubers I'm going to recommend. One I used and one I didn't really use. You would recommend Primrose Kitten Maths and Science and my GCSE Science. I used Primrose Kitten, but I didn't use my GCSE Science. It was more one that I looked into after, just to sort of see if it was any good, to like get what the hype is and see if it's worth it and see if it's a good revision resource, which it is. A big tip I cannot stress enough is make sure you understand what you need to know. Say if you don't understand the biology of a leaf, make sure by the time your exam or test comes, you understand it. In biology, some things will take longer than others, and some things will be more boring than others. Big tip that is important, please don't worry if you don't enjoy science. I would worry about the fact I didn't enjoy the subject and other people did, which is a bit of a dumb thing to do, and a thing that sort of is a little bit of a thing you don't really need to do, like just waste time. Important tip is use a revision technique that works for you. Don't copy other people. Flashcards work. Use flashcards. Personally, they don't work for me. But there again, I couldn't really commit to making them like I had other revision tips that I found so much, other revision resources that I had so much better. Make sure you're testing yourself on the content you need to know. Words. Another tip is if you watch How to Revise Drama, blurting works well because you're testing yourself on that content. A good tip is don't stress. In the end, you don't need to pass science, so it's not really a big deal if you don't know it. In topic tests, notice common questions. It is science. There's only so much they can ask. Not much will change despite the new spec, the new 9-to-1 grading system. There's not going to be much difference. Science is science. Make sure you know the common questions. Make sure you use past papers. They are really important. Biology takes practice, is what I found out. Do use the mark schemes, because I know how specific it can be. Like literally, I found that I probably got things wrong because of like I didn't really sort of get what the mark scheme wanted. Do questions across the year. Don't leave it till exam season. The more you do, the better you'll get. Make sure you're able to apply that knowledge, because that is what you need to do, as well as learning the contents, be able to apply it. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'm not quite sure when it's going up. I'm pre-filming a bit today, so it will go up when it goes up. Bye.